Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 139, and our objective today I will learn about the commutative property of multiplication. Okay, that is quite a long objective. So today I will learn about the commutative property of multiplication. So this is the same lesson that we did yesterday. We're just going to be practicing it more. Remember, it's not commutative, it's commutative. So there's a T there. And remember what it means is commutative property of multiplication. Factors can be multiplied in any order and the product will remain the same. So the factors are what are being multiplied together. So here my factors are 7 and 5, and my product is 35. Well, the commutative property says I can switch the 7 and 5's place and have 5 and 7, and my product will stay the same. So that's what we're going to be practicing today, is understanding that the product stays the same if I switch the place order of my factors, and it's called the commutative property that allows me to do that. Okay, so friends, I'm going to get started. Here is my first problem. And my first problem says, write two related number sentences using the numbers below. Create at least one related array. Okay, so they've given me 3 numbers, and they want me to use those numbers in multiplication equations. Well, I know in multiplication my factors have to be smaller than my product. So I know my product is going to be the 48 because my product's going to be the large number and the smaller numbers are going to be my factors. So I could say 6 times 8 equals 48, or the commutative property says I can switch those factors. 8 times 6 equals 48. Okay, they also want me to do an array just to make sure that's correct. So I'm going to do the first one. And remember, this means 6 rows of 8. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm doing 8, sorry. 7, 8. So there's my first row of 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. Okay, so I got my product 48. How many rows did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So 6 rows, and how many was in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yep, 6 rows of 8 does equal 48. Okay, let's look at my next problem. It says, use the commutative property to change the array. So what does my array say right now? I have 2 rows of 1, 2, 3 equals what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 rows of 3 equals 6. They wrote, instead of rows, they said 2 groups of 3 equals 6. Well, what does that mean? I should be able to switch these, right? So I could instead say 3 times 2 is going to equal 6. So instead of having 2 groups of 3, I could have 3 groups of 2, because all I did was switched my 2 factors. And what's my product going to be? My product's going to stay the same. So 2 groups of 3 equals 6, or 3 groups of 2 equals 6. And I could even draw that if I wanted. So that's going to say 3 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 rows with 2 each also equaled 6. So that's what that commutative property says. The commutative says you can switch the order. Okay, let's try some of these together, ladies and gentlemen. We are on page 140. If you can turn to page 140 and grab your pencil. Here's our first one. Write 2 related number sentences using the numbers below. Create at least 1 ray. Okay, so what are our numbers? We see a 28, a 4, and a 7. Well, in multiplication, what do we know? Our factors have to be smaller than our product, right? So we know that this one has to be our product. Okay, so what could be these are our factors then. So we could have 4 times 7 equals 28, or the commutative property, commutative says you could switch them. 7 times 4 equals 28. Okay, and they want us to draw at least 1 array. So let's draw this one. This says I have 4 rows of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 1 row, and then let's keep going. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So 4 rows, each with 7 in them, and I did get to 28. And they said I only have to draw 1, so we don't need to draw 7 rows of 4. Okay, let's look at our next one. This one says, use the commutative property to change the array. Okay, well, what do we see in this array first? I see 2 rows of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 2 rows of 4 equals what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 rows of 4 equal 8. And they say instead of 2 rows of 4 equal 8, they say 2 groups of 4 equal 8. Okay, so the commutative property says we could switch the order of our factors and still get the same product. So I could, instead of having 2 rows of 4, I could have 4 rows of 2. So we could draw that. 1, 2, that's 1 row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's our 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, each with 2, and we still got 8. Okay, but they want us to fill this in. So instead of 2 groups of 4 that equal 8, we could say 4 groups of 2, because we can just switch our factors, and we're still going to get our product of 8. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be working on some of these on your own. Have a wonderful day.